Sanjeevani Kusum, and you're welcome to my audio show, Walk with Me. Here I read stories written by me and make you see them through my voice. Come, walk with me into my world of stories. Today I'm gonna tell you one of the stories in my Noorjahan Chronicles. That morning I was in deep meditation when I heard a big bang upon my door persistently. I knew well who the demon was who was trying to bring me down from my peaceful cosmic state. But this time I was not going to give up. This time I won't let them win. I decided and closed my eyes more tightly, trying to ignore the demonic banging upon my door. But what could I do with my ears? The nuisance on the door just didn't stop. I just don't understand why people can't understand the importance of privacy. When they don't open door on second or third ring, it should be understood that they are not in a position to open the door. Finally, I was left with no choice than to put an end to my meditation and come back from my celestial abode. I opened the door. As I had expected, it was the daughter of my downstairs neighbor, Noorjahan. I tried to cover up my irritation with a big fake smile. "What do you want, dear?" I knew very well that the kid won't come up if she doesn't need anything. She was just in 5th grade, but I could see that she was growing to be as sharp as her mother. She fluttered her beautiful eyes and gave her most innocent smile before putting forth her demand. "Didi, Mom has asked you to give me 2 eggs, 4 onions, 6 chilies, 2 tomatoes, and a few strands of coriander. She gave me the list of all the ingredients needed for egg curry. Why don't you wait for a while? I would cook the curry and give it to you instead of giving all the ingredients," I wanted to say. But somehow I controlled myself and put all the ingredients the girl asked for in a cover and handed it over to her. Noorjahan is my downstairs neighbor. She is also a tenant. There is nothing in this world which she can't borrow from anyone. The other day I had just parked my car and was dropping my keys in my handbag when Noorjahan came out of her house. I instantly knew that she had come out to borrow something from me. "Wow, that's a beautiful handbag. I'm going to attend a marriage tomorrow, and you know what? Your handbag would go perfectly well with the sari I'm going to wear tomorrow." What a coincidence, really. Anyway, I have never seen you going out much on Sundays. You won't need it tomorrow, isn't it? Shall I borrow your handbag for tomorrow? She put her demand in the most unabashed way possible. It was so sudden that I didn't know how to react. What could I say to salvage my handbag? For the first time, I wished that I had some friends or relatives in this goddamn town so that I could have at least lied that I have to visit my ailing uncle tomorrow. I was left with no choice to hand over her my handbag. My downstairs neighbor Noorjahan was also a beautician. She managed her own beauty parlor in her small home. But till the date, I have not been fortunate enough to use her services. I remember that it was a midsummer noontime. I was reading the book titled "Don't Say Yes When You Want to Say No" in the cool comfort of my AC room. I could clearly hear the familiar bang upon my door even from inside of my bedroom. I knew that there was not a single soul in this world other than Noorjahan who can think of me at this time of the day. Grudgingly, I opened the door. There she was, with a bowl of molten wax in one hand and some other beauty gadgets in other hand. "Can you lend me your AC for a while?" Even though I couldn't believe my ears that someone can borrow even an AC, I felt very happy that for the first time ever she asked for something which I honestly couldn't give to her. I mean, how could I uninstall my AC and hand it over to her? Like I lend her my mixer sometimes. Sorry, Noorjahan. Air conditioner is fixed to the wall. I couldn't possibly lend it to you. You silly girl, how can you imagine me to be so dumb that I don't know that AC can't be uninstalled from your wall? Well, actually, I have to do waxing upon my customer, you see. Wax is all running down because of this unbearable heat. If you can lend me your AC room just for a while, I would finish waxing and send my customer home. Even before I could say something, I saw a white clay-covered face peeping from behind her shoulder looking into my eyes. I wondered if the high temperatures were taking toll upon my brain also. I was looking at a white ghost. My brain automatically shuts down under temperatures beyond 40 normally. First, I should quickly return to my AC room, otherwise I was afraid I would start seeing Draculas also in a while. Could you please get inside so that we can sort out what you want? It's too hot here for me outside. Noorjahan walked towards my bedroom and behind her walked that white-faced human figure. That figure looked at me and smiled. The clay around her lips cracked and I heaved with relief. That thank God she was just a human, not a ghost. God knows what else I would have to endure. While they walked inside my bedroom, I followed them. Without even a hint of hesitation, she seated her customer on my reclining chair and started spreading the wax applying apparatus upon my study table. I had no choice but to settle down on the corner of my bed and watch the whole procedure. Well, my friend Mahi spends thousands upon these things every month. I thought this tutorial could help me to give her a wonderful surprise. Suddenly, Noorjahan turned towards me and whispered, "Can you just sit down outside for a while? My customer is feeling a bit shy." What? I understood what she was asking me. She was asking me to get lost from my own bedroom. But the thought itself was so unimaginable that I was shocked. It's just that I want her to feel a bit comfortable, you know. Noorjahan smiled at me. I wanted to ask her that what about my comfort? What about me boiling like a chicken leg at 4 degrees centigrade temperature in living room? But I swallowed my words and walked out with the book. Don't say yes when you want to say no. What's the purpose of reading all these great books when you can't put them in practice? You know what? We all come across people like Noorjahan in our neighbours in one time or other. Sometimes it's just too much to bear them. But really, we can't deny that they are also a part of our world. To lend something or to borrow something is a wonderful way of making acquaintance with new people, to break the ice between the neighbors. In these modern times, we keep moving from one place to another place for jobs or for studies. We can hardly expect to find relatives or friends in these unknown towns. Of course, we are all well adapted to lead an independent life on our own. But there are certainly certain times and situations where we need the support and help of another human being. Our friends or relatives can't always come running to our rescue at that time from millions and thousands of miles away. It's always these neighbors like Noorjahan who tend to us in the meanwhile. While I was suffering with viral fever and was not even able to open my eyes, it was Noorjahan who sat by my side for 3 nights and took care of me like a child. If we had not developed a rapport with this lending and borrowing between each other, it would have been very embarrassing for me to take help from her. And maybe she also wouldn't have been so kind towards me. When we are living in our native place among our own people, it's quite natural to be surrounded by relatives and friends who are always there for you even before you can ask for some help. But when we are living in a strange place among strangers, we need to take a step ahead and make friends out of these strangers. Really, it costs nothing to share a cup of coffee or ask after someone's health when they seem sick, or to lend a few things or to borrow few another. It just takes a loving heart, honest intentions, and a feeling of common brotherhood. Of course, we can't metamorphose ourselves into Noorjahan, but we can learn to love such neighborhood Noorjahans. We can learn to be a bit less selfish and make people comfortable with our behavior.